Welcome to a brand new edition of It's All Relative. I'm Josh, and today I'm joined by three guests who've brought all the smoke. Welcome back or to the show, Danielle Dahdal, Ken Hill, and James Mcguire.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you all for being so compliant and helping make this show happen. Timing with everyone's schedule was challenging, but we nailed it. So thank you all.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
For some of you, your relationship or affiliation to the show stretches back 4 years, and for another one of you, 2 years. And in that time frame, you all have gone through major life changes. One of you had a child. One of you reached a respective level in college, and one of you got engaged. So congratulations to you all for hitting and achieving those milestones in your own lives.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Congratulations,
Absolutely.
guys.
Before we start this puff puff pass talk, let's go through a few icebreakers real quick. Baseball season just kind of recently started, right? I don't know if you all are baseball fans or if you like baseball.
I like baseball. I don't follow it too heavy though.
Okay, so
Same.
this first question doesn't really have too much to do. I mean, it does, but you're all familiar with the first pitch
Yeah.
in
Sure.
games and whatnot, and you've all seen like reels or YouTube videos of famous people or whatnot throwing out the first pitch.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other day, I had seen a video of an individual throwing out a first pitch, and it literally it made me laugh out loud, and it made me think. I wanted to ask you guys real quick before I tell you who that was. Off the top of your head, each one of you, give me a first pitch that you guys can recall. It doesn't have to be funny or anything, but it could be cool or memorable or whatnot. Just somebody that you guys remember seeing in any game, any point in your life, if you can recall.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if I
That's a really
can
good question.
recall.
I feel like I remember Obama one, but I can't remember if it was good or not. I just remember it being notable.
Okay.
But
Right on.
I think it was in Chicago.
Okay.
I mean, I went to a Mets game when I was 10, but
Okay.
I do not remember anything else about it.
All right.
The only one I can recall off the top of my head, I remember, I think it was the White Sox opening day this year. They had D. Rose throw out the first pitch.
Uh-huh.
That was pretty cool.
Oh. Okay.
Cool. I saw that.
Yeah.
Was it or I saw the picture. I saw that it was him
Yeah.
doing it. How'd he do? Was it?
I think it was, I don't know if it was good or not. I don't think it was great.
Okay. Well, the one that I saw that made me laugh out, literally laugh out loud, was definitely not great. Anyone who's listening, or for you guys at some point, you need to look it up if you haven't seen it. But one of the most funniest first pitches I've ever seen was 50 Cent, the musician, or the businessman, the producer, the whatever. Super talented, super good, thug in the streets, but a shit pitcher. If you guys watch you guys got to look it up. It's hilarious.
50
Cool.
Cent.
Although,
Definitely will.
I mean, I'm sure he won't hear this, but if he does, please don't kill me.
Sorry.
All right, so 2 more questions.
Cool.
First,
Okay.
for each of you, a little easier then. What did you each listen to on the way over here? Let me start with you, Ken.
I listened to my fiance tell me about what was going on with her job.
Right on. So okay, right on. Danielle.
I listened to my Spotify liked songs playlist.
Okay, give me a song.
I could
Give
tell
me
you
a-
what was playing when
Go
I
ahead.
pulled it.
Go ahead.
1 second. I don't remember. That's not the song that was playing when I got out of the car. I don't know. Right now it's on For Now by Pink, but that's not what was on when I got out of the car.
Okay, right on. And what about you, James?
I was listening. I put on my like songs. It was the new Kendrick album, but I got a short ride, so it was only one song.
Right on. All right. And the second question, real quick, we'll start with you, James, and let's go around this way.
Sure.
What show are you currently watching? Or if you're not currently watching a show, what was the last show that you watched?
Yeah, I just finished 0 Day on Netflix. I think that just got added a few weeks ago with Robert De Niro, and it was really good. It was only 6 episodes, so it was short and sweet. I can't do like shows with like 10 seasons, 20 episodes a season. I
can't
can't
do that
finish
either.
shows. But 6 episodes was short and sweet. And it was good.
I actually just started that too. Jody and I just started.
Yeah,
that,
it's really good.
all right.
Twists and turns and all that.
Danielle.
Me and my husband started watching Detroiters on Netflix with Tim Robinson.
I'm not familiar.
Oh my god, it's fucking hilarious.
Okay.
Does anybody? Do you guys know who
I've
Tim
never
Robinson
heard of
is?
that.
Oh, he's so funny. You have to look him up. He's hilarious. That show is really funny. You have to have a certain type of sense of humor
What's the name of it?
for it for sure. Detroiters.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
it's fucking hilarious. I highly suggest. If you want to laugh, because I like to laugh, I highly suggest it because it's just fucking funny.
Right on. And what about you, Ken?
We're watching something completely different, actually. It's Solo Leveling. It's this anime on Crunchyroll. It's pretty awesome.
All right. Right on.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right, so let's get into it. The use of recreational weed became legal in New York just about 4 years ago. All right, so somewhat fresh, right? So like now in that moment, it all sounded great, but over the last few years, lots has happened. Rules and regulations came with it, as well as weed stores and dispensaries, popping up on every block corner. So you all have a certain degree of knowledge in regards to this miraculous plant. So let's start. These questions are going to be for all of you. I don't know how you all want to answer, but first question. What's most appealing to you about the marijuana industry?
Ooh, that's a good question.
The growth of the industry itself, because it's just so different now, in a good way. But
Okay.
it's just different. Like, it's nice to see how far we've come with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I could agree with that.
Totally. I feel like I like the stories of helping people get off opioids. Mm-hmm. That makes me feel good. That's like one thing that's like super appealing about it. It's like, wow, you just really help somebody with their life. Like, because it is,
Yeah.
It's
And the other cool thing
better.
is we're all completely different age levels.
Yeah.
So we all have a different kind of
That's fair.
experience with it. So it's pretty cool that we
Yeah.
all feel the same way on that.
Yeah.
All right, that is cool. So then, for each of you, how would you describe your personal relationship with Bud? And you can be honest.
I can go on that, I guess. I think it's definitely been helpful for me to just solve problems in life overall. I find that like I've needed to relax and like think things through, and it's always helped me with that. I always found like if I got high and I wasn't sure what the answer to a problem was, it would just come to me what to do, and it has helped me like that, I would say. And then just overall, like more recently, just being positive, like trying to help me like stay more positive. And I think those are the two things. And I don't know like how much I could attribute it to that, but there's no doubt it's part of the equation.
Absolutely. I think that hits home to a lot of people who use it. It definitely uplifts the spirit. It helps. I always think it helps the creative and artistic juices flowing. I don't know when you mentioned that, like when you come up with a problem and whatnot, you'll burn a little, and then it kind of
It makes you take a step back and like
yeah,
take a breath, like take a fucking breath,
and be able
That's
to
fair, yeah.
slow things
cough
down
a little
and-
bit, clear your head, and go back to it.
Right on. Very relatable.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
What about you, Danielle?
Kind of the same thing. I feel like it makes me a little more patient.
Mm-hmm.
I have an extreme amount of patience right now being a toddler mom. So, I'm not like inebriated, but I do use it when I need to take a second and have a moment for myself. But that's, yeah, I think it just makes me step back and kind of be more present in the moment, slow down a little bit, and like chill the fuck out. Like, some people need a glass of wine at the end of the day. I don't. I need to just hit my vape and chill for a second, and I'm good.
Right on.
Yeah. I agree with everything that's been said so far, and on top of that, I think it has the benefits of helping everybody get a good night's rest, sleep, relaxation, stress relief. You know, using it on and off, or every now and then, to clear my head with the stresses of work and school and all that, is a very beneficial thing. And, you know, like I said, it helps me get a good night's rest at the end of the day. And also, like we said already, creative inspiration, euphoria is a great effect as well.
Totally. I love going to the gym and like doing cardio or just being high and then just getting like the double effect of like being high and then plus like the cardio high. I don't know.
A little sativa, get you going.
Exactly.
You know what's crazy that you mentioned that, Ken, is that like, so I usually burn it down pretty much before I do anything, right? But the one thing that I can't, I mean, I've done it, but I just don't, I choose not to. The one thing that I won't smoke before I do is when I work out. And I don't know why, but like, I've done it and I've seen that the workouts usually take longer and shit feels heavier. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. I choose, but as soon as I'm done and then, you know, I've taken my protein stuff and whatnot, then I get right back to it. You know what I'm saying?
I think Danielle nailed it though. It's like it's the sativa strain. Like if you hit a good sativa strain, like with intent, like it could power you.
It gets you going.
Yeah, so, definitely. So, but you know,
but you have
different.
to get the right one, and like some of them
yeah.
make me a little too like, ooh,
Jittery.
they get me a little. I get too shaky. I can't, you know, like too much caffeine. It's like okay, that was too strong.
Too intense.
Little less next time. Little less.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me ask you all. Why do you think people are more willing to try products from dispensaries, you know, as opposed to other means of getting or obtaining the product?
I mean, I think there is a certain level of trust when you're buying from a dispensary. Like, you know, everything
Definitely.
is regulated, tested, and it has the proof on every product. You can see the lab reports and all that, and make sure it's a clean plant. And I think people value that. And
I
that's
think
why
it's
they
an
get that.
experience thing because going to the dispensary is just fun.
Yeah. that's
Especially
it.
if you've never been there before. It's pretty cool to just be able to like see it all out in the open and like
Yep.
sit there and ask questions and talk. Like it's a cool experience.
Totally. I mean, there's people who, you know, you could overhear it. They're just always saying how, like, I can't even believe this is a thing right now. Right?
Big
you always hear
time.
that. Especially the
I
older
can't believe
people.
I'm actually here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like back in the 60s, we were getting it on the street. It's like,
It was stemmy and seedy and didn't look like that stuff.
definitely a lot of appreciation out there, I feel, right?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's probably pretty shocking for someone's first experience when they walk in to see like so many options and so many different things that they
A
can.
little overwhelming for sure.
For some,
Yep.
I'm sure. Yeah. All right. Well, so for each of you, describe your first experience when you tried bud for the first time. Like, do you remember how long ago it was and how did you feel?
That's a tough one for me because it was so long ago, honestly.
Yeah.
I think I was in college and I was like 9 or 17 or something and I puffed it. I don't remember exactly. I think I just enjoyed myself. That's all I can really remember. It was a good experience and then it just carried on.
Nice.
My first time was definitely with a Poland Spring bottle bowl. It was back in those days. Not the right way at all.
Do
Gets
you
the
remember
job
how you
done.
felt?
No, I don't remember anything. I just remember it was a water bottle. A water bottle.
Right on.
I think we've all been there.
A piece.
What about
Mine-
you, James?
Mine was with my best friend, and we were just hitting a vape pen. And I remember everything feeling warm and fuzzy, and then we were just listening to music, chilling
Yeah.
out. It
That's
was a
the
good
best
time.
feeling of it, is the warm and fuzzy.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Do
How
I
things have progressed. That's awesome.
Yeah, for real.
do any of you remember or can you recall? Did you guys hit the phases of like geeking out and the constant laughs, or did you guys hit the munchy period and
Oh,
of
yeah.
course.
yeah.
I usually get the gigs pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the first time that I had smoked too. Like that was one thing where it just seemed like everything was hilarious.
So funny.
Yes.
The person that I was
Oh, yes.
like next to just looked hilarious.
They breathed just funny. Like, it was just funny.
Yeah.
Yep.
It brings up the positive. You just can't
Yeah,
help but to laugh.
exactly. It makes you just kind of like go, oh,
It's just a good time.
yeah.
Has anyone ever gotten sick off
Yes.
smoking too much? Yeah.
Yeah. A
I
few
actually never
times.
got that.
I've definitely greened out before.
So explain that then a little bit.
So for me, it has been, the most recent time was from edibles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes me feel like I have the spins. Sometimes I get sick.
Mm-hmm.
I need to lay down a little bit. Yeah, it's not fun, but it's never deterred me from doing it again. Like even when I've smoked too much, and that's happened, like smoking too many, whatever. I always went back for more because it's like, oh, it's just this one time. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. I just need to go to sleep.
Like, how many mils before you start feeling woozy?
So that one was quite a few. It was probably like 1,000 milligrams of
That'll do it.
edibles.
That'll do
That'll do it. Yeah, that'll do it. It was not a good time. It was not. No, I haven't honestly taken those edibles since that experience. I've chosen to stay away from them because I'm traumatized.
What kind
So-
were they?
They were like these, I don't know, these pink lemonade, like sour band things from
Right on.
somewhere.
Cool.
Excessive milligrams, not, and
Right on.
yeah, so fun times.
Totally.
But I still love it. So, just a little less milligrams next time. Just like with this tea, just a little less next time. That's all. That was too much.
I've gotten sick before when I first started. When I first started heavily, I guess, using or smoking weed. I mean, I have a relationship with all three of you, so you all know me, and you guys know that I enjoy my bud. So, but when I first started, right, it was it wasn't just straight bud. It was a mixture of bud and alcohol. Like we were at a college party and whatnot, and I remember some weed was around and whatnot, and everyone was smoking like out of a bong. And before then, the times that I would smoke, being in this state where we're at, New York right now, everything was like joints and blunts and whatnot, and
Yeah.
there wasn't ever any pieces or anything like that. So like, and this was down south, and I was there with a bunch of southern people, and they all were ripping the bong and whatnot. I didn't even know how to use it at the time, right? So like, they were just like, "Go ahead, just suck, and we'll light it." And I remember ripping that motherfucker, and then they pulled it, and like I just started coughing. I was so like miscombobulated at the time. Like I took the stem piece, I was about to drop that shit in the tube button. Everyone was like, "No!" And I was just like, "Oh!" And then all of a sudden, like maybe 5 minutes later, I'm sitting there, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm about to throw
I'm
up."
gonna puke.
Oh my god, I got the wicked spins from
Yep.
that. But then, I was able to work that and build that tolerance with those two, and I never got sick again off weed. luckily.
Lucky you.
So, well, what's all of your guys' favorite or preferred method of smoking weed? What do you guys like or use or?
I think I definitely like edibles the best. I think
Okay.
for me, it's smooth, and then I don't really feel a weed hangover if I like do the proper dose, and that's what I like about it. I think You can have a good time, and then next day you're just crisp.
I've definitely grown to like edibles a little bit more than I used to. But nothing beats a nice bong rip or a nice little joint, you know.
It's fair too. Yeah, I mean the taste of weed is great too.
Yeah.
It's
Anyway,
all-
yeah, it doesn't.
For sure.
Yeah.
Joints are definitely my favorite.
Right on.
For sure.
I'm not an edible guy, so like, what would you guys say then to people who say that edibles don't work for them, or they don't? I don't know. There's just a lot of negative energy thrown in that direction. Don't get me wrong. Like I use it all. So
I got something for you on that. Basically, like, there's a percent of people who just their body doesn't process it for it to work for them. So there's definitely just I think it's like 15% or something like that. It's a fairly significant amount. So, you gotta make sure you identify that as if you're using, and just don't waste your money. You know what I mean? But then also it's a commitment too. So because you're taking those mills, it's like that's with you for hours. And whereas if you're smoking, you can kind of regulate a little bit better. I mean, you can always cut an edible in half, and just kind of get a dose like that. But even just
But you still have to like wait to see if you even feel anything.
Exactly. There's
You
a lot more
know.
going on there. Definitely.
Yeah.
So it's a process. Whereas smoking is easier and you can just dose easier, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say that's exactly why, because I agree with you, Josh. I'm not a huge fan of edibles because I don't like the commitment. That's spooks me a little bit.
Yep.
It's a long time.
And then also the waiting. I don't like the waiting.
Yeah.
I mean, there's fast acting ones out there now. Like
That's true.
I've had some that hit me like 15 minutes. Like
The seltzers are pretty cool, like the drinks.
Those are
They're
so
so
good.
cool.
So great.
I
Yeah.
really want to try that. What brand is it? I think it's like. Am I allowed to say stuff like that? I'm not affiliated with anything.
go ahead.
But
You
it's
can-
like a THC non-alcoholic spirit, and you can like
Wow.
make
Oh, that's cool.
mocktails and shit with
Love that.
it, and it's like one shot is a dose. And I see that often. I want to try it. It seems very interesting because those are like digested differently than edibles in a way. That's why they're like
Yeah.
fast acting.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, the endocannabinoid system is a fun thing to tell people about because nobody knows that's a thing. And it's like,
Yeah, exactly.
oh, well, how much time do you have? Let me tell you some things.
It's true. Most people
Got
just kinda-
lots of facts for
Yeah.
you. Nobody has, and half the people, they're like, what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, dude, everybody has one. You can look it up. It's literally part of our body.
Yeah.
And everybody loves knowing about it after you talk about it.
Oh, yeah. Once people are like, what? Yeah, it's it's pretty cool.
It's interesting. It's very interesting.
It's very cool to know about that stuff, too, to pass along the knowledge and.
It's
Share
crazy that there's things like out there like they can like identify that have a specific effect,
Yeah.
outside of just like an high. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
What's for each of you? You guys have a personal favorite strain? Anything in particular that you remember that you've used and been like, "Ooh, that's a keeper," when that comes around, or
Mango haze.
mango haze?
What the fuck was it called? Sherb Valley
Mm-hmm.
was one of the strains that I've seen in a dispensary, and I used to get that one all the time because that one was a really nice hybrid. I like the both feeling.
Do you like
Yeah,
hybrid?
Yeah, I definitely like hybrids.
I'm more of an for me, like, because I like, if I'm gonna do it, like, I want to be heavy and hit in the face. So I've always been a indica guy. Maybe that's why too. When getting back to the whole sativa and working out thing, maybe I'm not a sativa guy.
Yeah,
So
I
like
agree
I like
with you.
the
Total sense.
Yeah,
indica.
that's
So,
Yeah. I think for me, strains I like would probably be just Silver Haze. I just like, and then Singapore Sling. Like those are more sativas that kind of give you focus, like to get stuff done. And
those are the kind that I used to smoke all the time.
so far, both of you have said haze. What about you, James?
I agree with you. I'm more of an indica guy.
Mhm.
So OG Kush, I think, is one of my favorites, and Gorilla Glue, which I believe is a
Oh my
hybrid.
god.
But Gorilla Glue is,
Gorilla Glue is a good one.
top
Yeah.
tier.
Gorilla Glue's a good one.
I've noticed I lean towards at nighttime now. I lean towards more indica stuff,
For sure.
and it helps my anxiety and it helps my brain shut the fuck up for a few and let me fall asleep. And I never used to pick up on stuff like that, but I've noticed that in the last couple years.
You know the time. I mean, since you guys all like smoke and whatnot, when have you? I mean, you guys, I'm sure experienced this, but when is it you guys like smoke and then do something and then realize like that's the time when you're able to like, I don't know, you come up with things. That's when you're clear headed. Like for me, it's like I don't know why. Maybe because everything's so busy, I find myself like I'll take a bong rip or whatnot and then get in the shower, and then like while I'm in the shower, I'll come up with like fucking mad ideas of just different shit and like or sometimes I don't know, it's very like nostalgic in a way where like I'll get sucked in or like brought to a spot, like maybe a childhood spot or whatnot, and like almost kind of relive it or be an extra set of eyes in the same situation, you know what I'm saying, like being there watching. And some of that stuff is kind of cool. And then, oh shit. How long have I
I'm
been
in the shower.
Been in here for 20 minutes, but it's really been like 4 minutes. But, I mean, you guys ever experience anything like that?
For sure.
Definitely.
For sure.
Like time
Yeah.
moves different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually it goes, when I hang out with my friends, we're, go outside, smoke, and then we start playing Xbox. And then next thing you know, you're on autopilot playing Xbox, just thinking. And then you snap back and you're like, oh, I'm in a game.
Oh, shit.
Just
That
crushing
happens a lot.
it.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know I was playing.
It's an ultra instinct, basically.
Absolutely.
I can't, probably because I started, it went hand in hand for it's been over, started when you're in high school or whatnot, but video games hit different when you're not smoking weed. Like,
Yeah.
it's tough. I feel like I can't, like when you're when you're smoking and playing, like you do so well, you know?
I have a theory on that one.
Yeah.
What's up?
So I think my baseline of goodness is better when I'm like not high because I like think tactically. But my upside when I'm high, so like when I'm really locked in when I'm high, I do way better than my baseline of not being high. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. But then there's a downtime too because sometimes my brain is racing and I'm like not fully focused. So it just depends on where I'm at, and then you can go in and out of that like in waves. So it's
Yeah,
weird.
that
That's
is
true.
very
That's
true.
It's just weird.
That's a good point.
All right, well, let me ask you all real quick. Something that you've learned recently about the marijuana industry.
Ooh. I got to think about that.
Well, I've been following stuff on social about just the industry in general, and it looks like I don't know. There was hope that maybe there would be something happening with this administration or whatever, that they would do something, but it looks like there's going to be nothing. So that kind of stinks. So yeah, that's one thing that I've recently found out.
Wait, what do you mean by that? I don't follow too much.
Like legislation and stuff, like, is it going to move forward?
Like, were they going to federally
Yes.
legalize it at that level instead of like the state levels?
Oh, I got you.
or even dropping down like the schedule
or something of it just to reduce it.
And so it doesn't
Damn,
look like there's going
that
to be movement.
sucks.
But just something to keep an eye on and like talk about, I guess, for when you can. Let your people know. Let your local
people.
Exactly.
Yeah, all right.
Your politicians or whatever.
I actually just saw something in a group that I'm in on social media about smoking cannabis not having any adverse effects when pregnant and breastfeeding.
Wow.
So that's kind of a little bit of a cool deal, I think.
Total. Actually, I saw one. About
I know it's a
cancer,
very
too.
touchy topic. Yeah, yep.
You saw that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't remember what kind of cancer or whatever it was, but it was.
But I definitely saw something about that too. That breastfeeding thing was the most recent one though. But I thought that was pretty
breastfeeding is
interesting.
great. That's crazy. That's awesome, actually.
Wow. Well, I mean, I know people firsthand.
Fun fact: breast
like,
milk has cannabinoids in it. That's why babies get milk drunk. That's what's in breast milk already. Naturally,
Wow.
your body produces it. I've been doing it for 3 years.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I have. Yep. She just turned 3. We were still nursing at night, but yes, yeah. It's very cool. It's cool. And when I was pregnant and I'm working in the dispensary, that was very interesting because I was sober for the most part, so I was unable to. I didn't really partake too much I did take a bong rip now and then because that's like the cleanest way to smoke. If you're going to smoke, obviously you don't want to smoke paper or anything like that. I'm not encouraging smoking while you're pregnant, but I won't lie. In the 9 months I did once or twice, but my baby was healthy. She's perfect. She's smart. She's met all her milestones. She's very cool. So it's not always negative like people want to paint it to be.
Yeah.
And, you know, but I thought that was pretty cool because everybody always has something to say and it's been proven.
Right.
So if you want to listen to the scientists on that now, you can.
Everyone's
Like
got,
our bodies haven't made it enough obvious to you know, because it naturally produces it.
everyone's got an opinion. I know
Yeah.
firsthand though. I've known
cool.
many, or I shouldn't say many, but I mean I 5-ish people in my lifetime who females who have gotten pregnant and smoked, not heavily or consistently during their pregnancy, but smoked. And like, I mean, we're talking over a decade ago, and I mean, their kids now are fine, healthy,
Yeah.
doing their thing, living life. So they're not one of them had a negative result. Not that I'm saying that you should
Yeah, but
burn it
it's
down
you know
or
you
whatever.
don't see anything negative come from it.
Right.
Yeah. I don't really
Which
know
is
much about
great.
it, but I feel like it's got to be so like multifaceted. There's never going to be just one thing.
No,
Yeah,
there's
for
not.
sure.
Yeah.
And everybody has their own feelings on it. And like I felt, honestly, I did feel weird and I felt guilty doing it. So that's why I kept my body the way that it needed to be for my baby. But there was a couple times I took a singular,
Yeah.
clean bong rip, and that's fine.
Yeah. What about you, James?
trying
Something
to
that
think.
you've learned recently.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I'm just drawing a blank.
All right. Well, then let me ask you all. In your opinion, have dispensaries helped or hurt the black market?
Well, I think there's people who are just completely separate that are just will be strictly black market. I think they think the quality of the flower is better. I
Yep.
think they're getting it fresher. I think when you can get it fresher, then the black market makes more sense. I think when you can't really, where you don't have those connects, like, and you just have some place where you can get weed and you don't have to worry about it. Like if that's you, then you're gonna go there. So the people who have the connects with the growers who are just doing it for fun, whatever, they're gonna buy from those people because they know them, they know it's clean, and they just feel good about getting the fresh flower. And I think that's how I would break it down.
Yeah.
I agree. I think the dispensaries opening up gives the opportunity for people that might have been hesitant to go purchase from the black market. I think
100%.
That too.
makes it
Yep.
a hell of a lot more accessible for them, and they feel comfortable, and now they can enjoy the plant that we all know and love. And I don't think it's a bad thing at all that they're popping up everywhere. I think it's great.
I think it's really cool too. That's
Agreed.
why it goes back to what I said earlier about just seeing the growth and like the progress of everything. It's cool.
All right. So then another question for all three of you. Give me an example of an item or something that was the most shocking or double taking moment of an item that you've seen in a dispensary.
Moon rocks.
Moon rocks.
Yeah,
Moon
I was
rocks.
gonna say the
That's a good
same
one.
thing.
Yeah.
Moon rocks. No fucking question.
Do you see the videos and how they make them?
It's insane.
Yeah,
It's
cool.
it's crazy.
Yeah, moon rocks. I didn't know they existed up until
Neither did I.
that point. And
What-
I was
so
like, what are
They
they?
like take a bud, right, and then they like dip it in the oil,
Uh-huh.
and then they just cover it in keef, basically.
And they like press
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's crazy.
See, I mean, moon rocks have been on the black market. I didn't know they were in the dispensaries and whatnot. Have
Oh, yeah.
you guys smoked moon rocks before?
Yes.
No, I haven't.
I actually haven't.
Oh
but-
my God, really?
Yeah.
Oh
They're-
no, I've smoked them. They're fun.
They do look like it.
They're
It's on my
fun.
agenda.
Oh, they punch back. You hit them, they hit you back.
How would you compare it? Like, what would you compare it to? That's a
Probably closer
Hash?
to like a hash or a dab
Okay.
kind of high.
okay.
That was definitely closer to it for me.
What about like dosing? Are you doing one hitters of it? Like, what do you do?
You break off.
yeah, you break it up,
pieces, or
and
like-
you can pack it in like a bong or break it up in a joint or however
or
you.
put it on
Yeah.
top of your put it on top of a little freshie.
Little topper,
yeah.
little salad topper. You know, you can do it. It's very versatile. You could do lots of things with it.
So just like hash,
Interesting.
basically. Like,
Yeah,
But it
just
is-
extra.
Okay, cool.
It is.
That's
It's,
cool.
it's like anytime you smoke or use keef on things,
Yeah.
it's it's gonna intensify. And if it's straight keef, it's that good smack to the face.
Cool.
How would you guys, for the listeners that may not know or are unfamiliar with the term a bud tender, can you guys quickly, someone define what a bud tender is?
Yeah, a bud tender is the person that when you go into a dispensary is going to help you find the right product that you're looking for. I think all bud tenders are very knowledgeable in how the plant works, the products they have in their stores, and they're more than capable to help you guys find what you're looking for.
100%.
All right. If you the term bud tender, right? If you could change the name, what would you change it to? Give me something.
I thought bud tender was really catchy, so
You
I
like
like
that?
it. Yeah.
I mean, it's very similar to bartender,
Yeah.
bartender. I mean, but I mean, if you want to kind of get away from that, the whole cliche or
Cannabis consultant.
I actually love
That was
Cannabis
actually
consultant.
that's like a real like a job title. That was what
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
That shit
Great.
sounds official.
that was. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
cannabis.
very
You're a
official.
cannabis consultant. Yeah, a CC.
I like
a
that.
ganjier.
I like that. I
Yeah.
can fuck with that. What do you think is the most challenging parts then of being a bud tender?
It's a good question.
Sometimes the stigma, like the negative stigma, because people can kind of, I don't know, like put their noses up and be like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
that's part of it for
Yeah.
sure.
Like, oh,
Definitely.
like, I don't know how to describe it, but
But wait, if you're gonna have people like that, why come in the store?
Well, no.
you'd be very surprised.
The people
Really?
who want CBD.
You'd be very the people that don't want
Yeah.
to feel the
And
effects.
Not that there's anything wrong
No,
with that.
there's nothing wrong with that at
But-
all, but
but
it's just
it's
this
thing, yeah.
it's the attitude towards the THC part that it's
Yeah.
like, okay, like I get it, but
Yeah. and it's-
Yeah.
I don't know how to. I'm glad you understand because I don't know how to describe it.
It's exactly it. It's like they want CBD. They're just not about getting high. They're coming there and they expect it to be there. And a lot of times it's like, well, maybe there'll be options, but it's not what they want necessarily.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And there's other places that people, if they're looking for that, they can go. There's places out there that are affiliated that are completely separate stores. Just use the internet. Fine.
There's nothing like again. There's nothing wrong with it. It's
Exactly.
just yeah.
Yeah.
I lost my train of thought.
But no, it's exact right. It is that.
You're good. All right. And so then, what would be if that's a challenging part of being a bud tender? What would be a rewarding fact of being a bud tender?
I would say the conversation.
Conversation.
I
think there's some great conversations
100%.
that happen.
And the
between
connections
customers.
that you make with the people who become regulars.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So usually, I mean, you come across, or you could come across some cool people who smoke weed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah, it's like I feel like everybody has that love when they come in. They know what's up, and they're just
Definitely.
happy
Common
to be, right.
interest.
And that's that you
Yeah.
feel that. It's cool.
For sure.
All right. What do you guys think is the most fascinating trend happening in the weed industry currently?
These goddamn vape pens.
The vape pens.
There's a lot of it.
Which, like, I can't even talk too much shit because I use them for the discrete factor because it's incredible. But, like, God damn it, back in my day, we didn't have discrete, and our pens in school weren't filled with bud. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah, it's come a long
I can
way.
agree with that.
The vape pens, definitely.
Crazy.
It seems like there's a lot of like live rosin infused
True.
everything.
Everything,
now,
yeah.
which is
Infused.
cool.
Diamonds
Diamond
and,
infused.
yeah,
That's a big thing. True.
all over the place.
All right.
Yeah.
Last question before we hit break. How has weed helped? I mean, you guys did touch on this. I mean, I guess in a positive way, because I want to know how weed has helped or affected you guys personally. We kind of touched on the positive things. Has it affected you or you in your life or whatever in a negative form at all?
I'll definitely. I would say yeah. When you're not like, if you're overdoing it a little bit and you're not recognizing it, that you need to like take a break for a sec, like that could mess you up because then I think it's about recognizing in yourself that you feel it and it's having an impact on your emotion, and you just have to be able to recognize that. But it takes time in the beginning to recognize that, I think. And so you can go off, like I've gone, like when I was younger, maybe more emotional in general, it would have a bad impact, like if something came up. So again, as I got older, I kind of just recognized, like, all right. And then once I did that, I was honing the introspection of the plant more so, whereas it was affecting my emotions in the past so there could be a point like where you have to, I think it's important that you're mature when you're dealing with something like this. So if you're like a younger person, it's good to like latch on to somebody who knows what they're doing. They can help you through it more. But if as you're older, you should be able to kind of like recognize what's happening in your brain more. And I think the plant can help with that. So I don't know, it's a whole tangent, but that's it. Yeah.
And then in a sort of different light, I feel like it can be something that becomes really dependable. And I feel like people can become really, I don't like to use the word addicted because of my own opinions on cannabis, but I feel like it can become a really big comfort depending, like, imperative factor of people's lives. And I feel like that's when it becomes a problem. Like, I don't feel the need to be inebriated from the minute I wake up to the minute I go to sleep. I just sometimes need like a little puff to just chill the fuck out and take the edge off a little bit. And I feel like when it comes, like, and I'm not by any means judging anybody, but like for me at this point in my life, I can't function like that. There was a very long point in my life where I did in fact function like that. And I have no fucking clue how I did it looking back on it now.
Yep.
Like absolutely no clue, because I'm actually really proud of myself for not using it and relying on it as much anymore, and like being able to function without needing to step back and be like, oh, I need to be fucking baked for this. Like I don't have to do that anymore. It's just now it's like a nice little, I need to take a fucking second. Like that's kind of what it is. Like I want to replace it with a cigarette break. I'll be honest. Like I just, instead of smoking a cigarette, because I quit cigarettes 5 years ago, that's kind of what I related to. Like, I just need a second, and that's what it is for me. Like, I don't inebriate myself. It's just, I take a puff and I'm good now. I'm glad I'm at that point.
Right on. What about you, James?
Kind of bouncing off what Ken was saying. Sometimes if you use a little too much or too often, how do I put it? Like, decrease in motivation or productivity. That whole thing sometimes can happen, but other than that, I haven't really found any negatives for myself, at least. I know, I mean, I've heard other people talk about what you guys were talking about and stuff, but just me personally.
I just want to say it's cool that you recognize that, like, is it even a thing? It's like so important.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, I'm getting unmotivated. It's like,
Yeah.
It's important, like you were saying, to recognize when it's time. Okay,
That's
time
the whole
to take a
point
break.
of using responsibly is that part, when you have to take a step back and take accountability and be like, this is too much.
Absolutely.
Very common phrase used in the stoner community. This is too much.
Right on. I mean, I'm on the opposite side of the coin with all you guys, and I'm just being real. Like, I mean, I use the plan a lot, whatever. But I mean, I've used it so long too that I am.
It's different when you've used it for a long time.
Yeah.
It's more of like a functionality thing, and not like
Yeah, it's been a big part of my life for a very long time, and it's helped in a lot of different ways. But whatever. I mean,
even that, like, indica stimulates your brain. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
everything. It's still fun.
Yeah.
I love everything about it.
oh yeah.
Totally.
I mean, I've been around an individual who always used to ask, excuse me, like, or be like, damn, how do you smoke that much and function and whatnot? But like, I would always tell them though, like, it's not really, I'm not getting like high or fucked up. Like
Yeah.
I'm literally like getting normal.
Getting
That's what I
normal,
said.
yes.
And if you understand that, then you feel it. But like I am just trying to hit the normal, whatever normal
Feeling.
is.
Baselining.
To be able
normal
to
is
do my
different for
thing.
everybody too.
That's
That's the thing. You got to find what works for you, because some of it is too fucking much.
Well, I want that.
That's
But,
And some people do want that's what,
yeah. But all right, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll continue to hear from Danielle, Ken, and James about common misconceptions made about weed and how to determine what's factual and what's been stereotyped. We'll also play a little game to see which guest is most on top of their marijuana intelligence. So make sure you come back with us
Ooh.
right here on the It's All Relative podcast.
Boom in the game now, shit's the same now. Explode next mode, I'm the same how. Don't say you know me, just say you did. When you see me sliding off to another crib. Boom in the game now, I'm the same how. The rap game will never be the same now. Don't say you know me, just say you did. And when you hear YO, say that's that shit.
Welcome back to It's All Relative. Still joining me, Danielle Dahdal, Ken Hill, and James Mcguire. Question for you all. What does select grind mean? Are you familiar with this term?
I'm not familiar with that at all.
I'm
no.
not either.
Nope.
Okay. So I looked in my research, getting stuff together. I did look this up, and I wasn't too familiar with what that meant. So the definition of it is just lightly ground bud, and it's used for vapes and rolling joints. So pretty much that was the term.
Okay.
Interesting.
Does anyone know what rough cut means?
No.
No?
No.
Is it probably has to do with trimming?
That would be my guess.
Definitely makes sense.
It's just another term for machine cut
Okay.
cannabis,
Gotcha.
which is, I guess, typically considered less premium. It's also known as popcorn bud. If you've ever heard
Oh,
anyone
got you.
refer to it
Okay, I
as
know
that.
exactly what that is.
Like small
Okay.
buds.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's hit this topic real quick, or this little sub point. What is your guys' thoughts, opinions on give me some common misconceptions of weed.
That it makes you feel like you're drunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great. Just like you can't function on it,
Mm-hmm.
which is just ridiculous, honestly.
Okay. Can you think of any others?
Well, just the fact that stoners are lazy. I think that's
Yeah, the lazy stigma.
it's not true. Oh, yeah, selectively motivated maybe, but not lazy.
Not lazy.
Yeah.
There's also that it's highly addictive, horrible substance.
Yeah.
That's in the same
It should be
class
treated
as
like a
fentanyl.
narcotic.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Just a scheduling thing, like just thinking about that as a point. It's why is it Schedule 1? If you use cannabis, it's laughable.
It's like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
yeah. And
Like-
there's so many people using it. It's like, come on, bro. What is that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Isn't it crazy how like years ago it was considered like such a strong or high narcotic, whatever, and now that it's just been labeled term legal or given that term, like so many people use it, and there are, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's out doing crazy shit, killing people, you know, after they
Right.
Smoke a
blunt.
joint.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, then let's flip the coin real quick and say what are some actual facts then about weed, if you can think.
I
about
got
any.
one for sure. So, weed is much stronger than it's ever been now, especially the fact that we're combining substances. Like there's joints that have, like hash and diamonds and, rosin in it. So it is more powerful than it's ever been. So I think there is room for people to still proceed with caution, even though we know that you can do stuff like, you have to ensure that your state of mind is, well, good enough where you're not going to hurt somebody else. And then there is that risk if you're just not a seasoned user, I think, in the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's important to just recognize that and not be like, too foolhardy about things, if you're really not sure what you're doing.
You guys concur?
Yeah.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Can't think of any, but I
Absolutely.
know a lot. I just can't think of any right now.
Yeah. It's
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's more of an opinion than a fact, but I feel like, and honestly, this can go back to misconceptions even, but I feel that the terpenes and other minor cannabinoids are more important than just the THC percentage or potency.
I was
of the bud.
literally just going to start talking about terpenes too, because I agree of being factual that terpenes have so much to do with every single strain.
couldn't agree more, especially when it comes to the vapes. I think there's, a misconception that a low THC percentage is going to mean that it's not going to have as good of an experience.
Yeah.
Right.
But if,
And it's wrong. Low THC can hit you in different ways. It doesn't have to just knock you like on your ass.
100%.
And I feel like a lot of the times people look for that, especially in dispensaries, is like, oh, I
Right.
need the highest THC, whatever. And it's
Yep.
like, you don't always need that, though. Like, let's talk a little bit here.
That's a really good one.
Can any of you guys recall, or have you experienced any like bug out situations, some stages of complete paranoia, or
Yes.
Any? Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, a lot.
Do you want to share one? Anybody?
I mean, it happens on occasion. It's just like you just gotta recognize what's going on in your brain. Like it's like wait a minute. Like, am I being paranoid? It's good to ask that sometimes.
Yeah.
If you're feeling
It
stressed.
really has been a while since I've experienced it, but
Same,
always
yeah.
as a kid thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna get caught.
It's good to talk things through.
Yeah, for real.
I know you just kind of made me think of it, Danielle. Like the weird thing is, weed's legal, right? But I mean, for all of us, I guess,
Yeah.
it was illegal for such a long time, right? So like now, when you are even out in public and you're smoking in public, like for me, it still sometimes like feels like
It's a little
like,
sus.
weird because like you're just doing your thing, and usually like. But now it's just so freely, openly used. It's still very different.
It's hard to get used to after it being such like a big thing for so long. Like,
I guess the question really is, it's like, are you confident enough to go into society and say like, I'm good? It doesn't even matter. You know what I mean? As long as you can do that, and you can function, and you won't get paranoid. But if you're struggling with it like Danielle, then maybe it's just not the thing to do. Maybe you need to use it a different way. Not to just like, and that, because when you get paranoid like that, that's when bad things can happen, honestly. Like you maybe have a panic attack because you're just like, you never want that. So just like pick, the setting that's going to be the most beneficial.
Right. So for myself, unfortunately, or I shouldn't say unfortunately, fortunately, maybe unfortunately, depends how you look at it. I have never experienced a crazy bug out situation or anything like that based off when I've smoked weed, but I have been around somebody who damn near had like I don't know what, it was the most oddest thing, and I don't want to elaborate too much, but I am going to share the story because I mean, I don't know, somebody involved with the show early on one time, right, and it was a show night before the show. You know how we do. We had done that, and then I mean, we had smoked and whatnot, and then I also offered the guest and, or the people involved in the show, I offered them all an edible as well, too, right?
Okay.
And I mean, just myself, I guess, because of my strong tolerance, like, I don't think about the effect that it may have on people, or like the fact that they aren't used to consuming as strong or so much. So
The old misdose.
yeah. So we all did our thing. We started the show, and then during the show, like, panic and chaos just started happening, and it was the most weirdest shit that I've ever been a part of.
Yeah. Dose is important.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very important.
Needless to say, it was my first time in my entire life I've ever experienced a bug out like this, and we had to cancel the show for that evening and reschedule, and it was a huge lesson learned was to never give that person a
An
fucking
edible.
edible again. But
So funny.
that was
Oh,
my
man.
experience being a part of somebody's bug out situation. But
Yeah.
all right. We're going to play a game real quick.
Okay.
All right. We're going to see who's got the overall premier weed knowledge when it comes to, entertainment, culture, science, etc. Now, there's pen and paper in front of you. I'm going to ask you guys a few questions, and what we'll do is you guys will write down your answer, and then we'll peep to see what you guys wrote down. All right, and at the end, we'll see who got the most correct questions. I'll keep track of this. Usually when we do this, we always forget how to keep track, but I got this.
Okay.
And for the listeners at home, definitely play along. If you can prove, send us the picture or whatever. If you can prove that you've beaten the three of these guys, send it in. We'll send you something. But let's see real quick. Let me do this. Okay.
What are you writing?
Your guys' names, so
Okay.
so I can keep track, because like I said, we've tried to play games like this or little things in the past on shows, and they're always exciting and fun, and at the end we can never remember who won. So now we're gonna keep track.
Okay.
So,
All
all right. First question, and every card there should be. I think there's like 17 questions, so you guys should have 17 cards. So each card,
Okay.
just write your answer, and then don't let anyone see it, and then we'll
Okay.
hold it up.
Okay.
All right. What city in the U.S. smokes the most weed?
Whoa.
You guys write down your answer, and then
Can we write more than one answer or just one?
just one.
Just one.
Because there's
Okay.
only one answer, one correct answer.
Huh.
All right. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Hold your cards up. What do you got? Ken,
Oh, sorry. I got Boulder, Colorado.
Boulder, Colorado. Danielle, Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Denver.
James, Denver, Colorado. All three of you were wrong.
I knew I was wrong. I went into that knowing I was wrong.
Same. I had no idea.
So, okay. The answer is New York, New York.
Oh,
Of
shit.
course.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Not surprised.
The Big Apple consumes the most weed in America,
Wow.
Okay.
according to Yahoo Finance. Okay. Next question.
Yes.
What was the nickname for weed in the 70s?
Okay.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ken. Grass. Danielle, reefer.
Grass.
James wrote grass. You guys are all wrong. The correct answer is dope.
Oh. Fuck.
True.
That's so bad.
Dan,
These are good
I thought these
questions. I like
questions
this.
were easy. You guys are 0 for 2.
Oh my god.
So funny.
All right, once again, hopefully the listeners got one of them right.
We're off to a rough
All right.
start.
We're up to a really rough start, guys.
This is fun.
All right, next question. The Cannabis Cup is a state fair-like competition and expo that was founded in 1988 in what European capital city?
Fuck. Oh.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
What you got?
Amsterdam?
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam?
Amsterdam. Amsterdam. You guys are all correct.
Yay! Oh,
Got
sorry, that was kind of loud, but yay!
Nice.
Okay, good job. You guys got one right.
Yay! Third time's a charm.
All right.
That's right.
Next question. This answer is going to have 3 answers, okay?
Okay.
What states is weed still illegal? And I'll give you a hint. There's 3.
Okay.
There's only 3 that's completely illegal.
Completely illegal. 3 states. And I mean, I guess these are 3 states not to go to, but
I have no idea, honestly.
I guessed.
all right, you guys ready?
No.
I guessed.
You get it's all right.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Hold up the cards. What do you guys got? Ken,
I
we'll
got
start with
Texas, Arkansas, and South Dakota.
you. Okay.
Oh, those are good, guys.
I have Florida, Iowa, and Texas.
Okay.
I got Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana.
Okay. You all have those were all good 9? Those were all good 9 guesses. Unfortunately, all 9 of your answers were wrong.
Oh
What? Wait, Texas really has some sort of Legal?
It
Yeah,
could be
medical.
medical. Yeah.
Okay.
fuck.
So
What is
okay.
it? What's the answer?
Listen,
The
I
3
never-
states not to get. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Idaho, Kansas, and Nebraska.
Wow.
Oh,
Nebraska.
okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay. Next question.
okay.
Casa Verde is a venture capital firm that focuses on cannabis and was founded by a performer of the 2022 halftime Super Bowl show. Who was it? Write your answer down.
Oh no.
Remember who was in
I
that
don't.
halftime show?
I don't know.
Write down anyone. Go ahead.
I had literally just given birth for that Super Bowl, so I have no fucking clue.
No idea.
Man, hopefully these listeners are doing better than you guys.
Who did it?
I never claimed to be a genius.
Okay. Ready?
No. I don't know who it was.
Just
I'll
write
just
down
do this.
anyone.
Okay.
All right, ready? Show your cards. Ken said 50 Cent. Danielle said Beyonce. And James said Snoop. And the correct answer was Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
I was preoccupied for that year, okay? I was preoccupied.
Pushing babies.
I'm exempt.
All right, next question. On April 20th, 2012, Austin, Texas dedicated a statue to what singer and author of Roll Me Up and Smoke Me When I Die? Write the answer or your answer.
Roll me up and smoke me when I die.
I have no idea.
This is so much fun. This is so much fun.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Hold your answer up. Ken, Bob Marley, Danielle, Willie Nelson,
Oh, that's a good
James,
Eric
Eric
Clapton.
Clapton. And the correct answer is Willie Nelson.
Oh my
Good
god.
job.
Go me.
Okay, so to update the score, Danielle and James each have 2. Ken, you have 1.
Come on, Ken.
Okay.
Come on, Ken.
All right, next question. What Genji Cohan dramedy series starred Mary Louise Parker as a widowed mother of 2 who starts selling cannabis to support her family?
Wait, what did you say? The show? What show?
Yeah, what show?
I know the answer.
I know the
I
answer
have
too.
no clue.
That's a good show.
Yeah, it is.
All right, ready? Show your cards. Weeds, no clue. Okay. Weeds is the correct answer.
Hell
So-
yeah. There you go, Ken. There you go.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. What slang term for bud is also the name of a style of women's shoes that have a strap across the top of the foot?
Say that one more time.
What?
What slang term for bud is also the name of a style of women's shoes that have a strap across the top of the
I
foot?
got it. I got it. I got
I
it.
have no idea.
And I bet it's because I'm a girl and I know.
I don't know.
No idea.
That's a really good one, Josh. That's a really
Yeah,
good one.
Can you give us a hint?
I could, but it kind of then
It
would
gives
give
it
away
away.
the
Does it?
answer.
All right, fair.
So I mean,
Okay.
you can pull a James and write no,
No
clue.
clue.
Yeah,
So
this is definitely not a type of footwear.
You guys are literally gonna you're gonna hit yourselves.
Probably.
all right, show the cards. Flip flop. Mary Jane and Flower. And Danielle, you are correct. Mary
Mary
Jane.
Jane.
I didn't know that was a thing. That's crazy.
What we can say?
That's the shoe.
Yeah. Good job, Danielle.
Thank
Nice.
you.
All right. She's married to John Krasinski. She starred in Edge of Tomorrow, and her last name is a way to smoke weed. Name the actress. If you want me to repeat the question, I will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
repeat it.
Okay. She's married to John Krasinski. She starred in Edge of Tomorrow, and her last name is a way to smoke weed.
I got it.
Fuck.
Name the actress.
Oh my god.
I think I got this one.
I don't know this one.
All right, write something down. Write something down. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Show your cards. Ken, Emily Blunt, Danielle.
Pam.
Oh, I was going to say Parm. or
Pam.
Par- okay, Pam. And
That's-
James,
oh.
Emily Blunt. Ken and James, you are correct.
I had no clue.
I didn't think about that. I was
Pam
like,
Beasley. I'm
Damn.
All right. You guys want an update on the score? Or we
Sure,
good?
sure.
Wanna keep
sure.
going? All right. Danielle, you have 4. And James and Ken, you are tied with 3. So it is very close right now. All right. Next question. Hits from the Bong is a song from the 1993 album Black Sunday from what California hip-hop group?
I'm spelling this wrong, but
Oh no.
Cali hip hop group.
What's it called? What did you say? Repeat it, please.
Hits from the Bong is a song from the 1993 album Black Sunday from what California hip-hop group?
I'm spelling this horribly wrong.
Oh no.
If none of you get this correct, I'm ashamed.
I definitely got it right, but I spelled
I'm
it wrong.
probably not gonna get it right.
You're good. Go ahead, write something down.
Oh no.
All right, ready?
No.
All right, show the cards. Ken says Cypress Hill, Danielle says Snoop, and James says Wu-Tang Clan. All good choices. But Ken, you are correct.
Hey.
Cypress Hill.
Damn it.
That was an old person question.
Is
I'm
it?
really
I guess
not
we
good.
did age ourselves. But it's a great song.
It is.
Okay. Next question. What U.S. president said, quote, "Yes, I inhaled frequently. That was the point," end quote.
It's a good quote.
In regards to this question, I was going to ask another question that, like, everyone knows, like, the famous, like, line. Well, I mean, but we'll see. All right. What you write, Ken? Obama, Danielle, FDR, James, Teddy Roosevelt. Ken, you are correct. It was Obama. I was going to do the one about the Bill Clinton thing, like the...
You did not know.
I did not. Yeah.
Obama owned it.
All right, so shit, Ken,
This is sad.
You winning now.
Wow.
All right.
Yay.
That's crazy.
All right. Next question. What 3 letters are used to refer to the chemical compound in cannabis that is the non-psychoactive portion of the plant? All right. Show the cards. Ken, CBD. Danielle, CBD. James, CBD. You are all correct.
Yay.
Cool.
Oh jeez.
Was that question too easy?
No.
That was a
Okay.
good one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, well, let's see if any of you guys get this one right. Okay. Danny Danko is the senior cultivation editor of what magazine that got its seed funding from 1970s cannabis sales? This is probably aging myself too, damn it. Yeah.
That's a guess.
Did you say that's a yes?
That's a guess.
Oh, I thought you said that's
Yeah,
a yes.
this
No,
is
that's a
aging
guess.
myself.
No, absolutely not. That's a guess.
Okay. All right, let's see the cards. Ken, High Times. Danielle, The Leaf. James,
The other.
The Other. Ken, you are correct. High Times Magazine.
Yep.
This is sad.
That's the OG.
That is the
Yeah.
I I didn't even think about that. Like magazines now,
Yeah.
nobody cares about that shit. But like back in the day, High Times was like one of the most badass magazines.
I remember it.
Like, it was some good shit. All right, next question. The fruity title of what 2008 comedy refers to a rare strain of bud?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah. The fruity title of what 2008 comedy refers to a rare strain of bud? All right. You guys ready?
Yes.
No.
Ken, Pineapple Express. Danielle, Pineapple Express.
It's a nectarine.
James. All right. Ken and Danielle, you are correct.
Yay.
That was a good movie.
Yes, it was.
All right. When did California become the first U.S. state to legalize medical marijuana usage?
I don't know.
Do you think any of the listeners have gotten all these correct so far?
Probably.
I'm sure there's someone.
I'm
that
sure
has.
there's people that are getting them all right.
Exactly.
All right, you guys ready?
Okay.
All right, Ken, 2008. Danielle, 1994. And James, 2010. Neither or none of
None
you guys
of
are
us.
correct. It is 1996.
Wow.
You were very
Oh my God! I was
Close.
gonna write that first, motherfucker.
close. You were
Sorry,
very
that
close.
was a hard F. That pisses me off, man.
You're good. Okay. Next question. Copper State Farms is one of the largest greenhouse bud growers in North America. In what U.S. state is it located?
What was it called again?
Copperstone Farms.
Copperstone Farm.
Copper State Farms, excuse me.
In North America?
In North America, correct. Largest greenhouse bud growers in North America.
I might redact that. Yeah, I'm redacting.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, what you got, Ken? California, Danielle, Colorado, James, Oregon, or Oregon. None of you guys are correct. The correct answer is Arizona.
Are you kidding me? Look at my card.
Ooh,
I wrote that down fucking first, and I changed my mind.
You should have stuck with
God damn it.
That makes sense.
it. All right,
Everyone is-
next question.
there.
Let me see how many questions are left real quick.
That sounded like an Arizona name. Son of a...
Oh, shit. Yeah. That's true.
So we have already, this is the last question.
Oh.
I
wow.
did, I did prepare 2 other questions in case there were tiebreakers, so I guess, but doesn't quite matter right now because Ken, you are winning.
Yes.
But okay, last question, or technically last question. There are 3 main types of cannabis: sativa, indica. What is the third? You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Ken.
Oh, man.
All right, well, Danielle says hybrid. James says hybrid, and you say hybrid? Okay. Technically, that's incorrect.
You meant hemp, huh?
So, no.
What?
The third type would be considered cannabis ruderalis.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
Yeah.
low THC, and it's mainly in Eastern Europe.
Wow.
I've never heard of that.
I've never heard of that
I
either.
have heard of it. I had a feeling that might be it.
That's crazy.
All right, well,
Okay,
let's
so,
just see. Ken, you had 8 points. Danielle, you had 6, and James, you held it down with 4.
All right.
Good job. Good job.
Best performance.
That was great, guys.
There are 2 more questions. They were for tiebreakers. It's up to you guys. You guys just want to...
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do them.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are they?
All right. Which country was the first to legalize bud for recreational use? And again, which country? All right,
See
Ken,
hands.
what you got? Denmark, Danielle, Europe, and James, Netherlands. The correct answer is Uruguay.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Go Uruguay.
That's crazy. Okay.
All right, so the last final question that would have been the tiebreaker, or the final tiebreaker question, but
We don't need it.
you don't need it. Okay. Smoke on the Water is a fictional medical marijuana shop that can be purchased by getting money for completing missions in what video game franchise?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I know
Jeez.
what it is. It has to be. How come I can't think of what it is? Oh fuck. I
All
don't
right, you
remember.
guys ready?
I can't remember.
That's a guess.
All right.
Oh,
You
I
ready?
just don't remember the name of it. It's the one when you're the. Oh, fuck it. I don't know. I give up.
Ken says no clue.
Yeah.
Danielle says Saints Row, and James says Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
And the correct answer is GTA Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, yeah.
Good job, James.
Wow, I'm
Let's go.
okay.
Closed
I'm
it up.
Got 5.
fucking garbage.
Good job, guys. So
Fun.
Ken, you did win. Questions, they weren't too tough, right? They
No.
were
That's
all right.
fine. That was good. Yeah.
All right. Well, good job. Hopefully, the listeners at home, hopefully you guys beat all 3 of these guys' asses.
Yeah, for real. I'm ashamed.
But we're going to be wrapping it up soon. But is there anything else that you guys want to say pertaining to our subject today? Or any questions for me?
I got nothing. Just thank you for having us on the show.
Yeah,
It was a
I'm
good
just
time.
happy you
Absolutely.
invited me back.
Yeah, that was fun.
This was really fun.
Always. Once again, thank you guys for giving up some of your time and coming on the show. I mean, do you guys need or want anything that you guys want to mention or plug or whatever?
No.
No. I mean, you guys will be tagged in everything. So, I mean, you guys, if you want a shout out in your social medias, you can real quick. Danielle, James,
No,
or you
I'm
will
not.
be tagged.
I'm not important or popular enough for that shit.
All right. All right. Well, you guys can always find me at Josh_Toth3. That's my Instagram, and my Facebook is Joshua Toth. Big shout out to Activated and the show's editor, Jackson Wallace. Today's show was produced by Activated. Listeners, go to the website, www.activated.com. That's AKTIVATD. If you're looking for a wedding video, a graduation video, music video, podcast, business video, any form of content, filmed and edited, Activated is your answer for any and all of your content creations. Once again, that's www.activated.com. Also, big shout out to Timber Design and Build and the whole squad. Listeners, go check out the Timber Instagram page, the Timber website, the Timber YouTube page. Direct some love on those pages and check out some beautiful work. Don't forget, you can find It's All Relative on Apple Podcasts, Spotify for Podcasters, YouTube, or anywhere else you get your podcasts from. If you're using Apple or Spotify to listen to the show, please subscribe or follow, and quick the 5-star review. If you're using Apple, please leave a quick review. An emoji, one word, one sentence, whatever. They all help. So please leave one. Please keep those coming. All right, that's a wrap. Danielle, Ken, James, thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
All right, everyone, stay safe, stay kind, stay proud and powerful, and we'll see everyone soon. Peace.